Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 85.
This morning we got up and got ready for the day and packed all of our stuff up because it is moving day again, but we aren't going very far. We're going from All Star Sports over to All Star Music. And because of where we were parked, we were actually in the parking lot that connects the two. So Robert went up to the front and got a cart from Bell Services, and we loaded all of our stuff up and took it across the parking lot over to All Star Music because we wanted to save a little money so we wouldn't have to tip Bell Services taking the luggage and bringing it later. So that saved us a little bit of money there. We headed over to All Star Music and got checked in. They had a room ready for us, but we had requested to be in the Broadway section. The room was not in the Broadway section, so I asked if we could change. And they said, well, if you do that, you'll have to wait for your room because we don't have any ready over there. We wanted to get you one that was ready now. I said, I'd rather wait because I really want a room in the Broadway section. They did warn me there was a group back there, which is why they didn't put us back there in the first place. I said, that's fine. I just really want to be back there. I want to be there at night. It's so pretty. And I said, okay, you're going to have to wait. I said, that's fine. We'll wait. So we went and hung out in the food court with all of our luggage on the cart and our laptop set up.
Looking back, it probably didn't look that funny, but in the moment we felt like it looked hilarious with this cart overflowing with luggage parked right next to this little table in the food court. Now I sat down at that little table and did start working. I had a couple different calls booked this afternoon, so I was kind of hoping to have our room where it'd be a little quieter, but we're in the corner and hopefully nobody's going to bother us over there. It'll be fine. So I set up and started working on some of my clients' projects as well as those calls that I had, and Alyssa went off to explore the resort and see if she could find something to do while she was waiting for the room too.
And wouldn't you know, they were doing an activity, and I was so excited because I love activities. Now they have free activities and they have paid activities. This was a paid activity, but it was only $1 per item plus tax, and I felt like that was very reasonable. It's something that every family could do, especially if you have multiple children and they all want to do it. So this activity was really fun. You got to pick out a character from this book of just never-ending characters, I promise. They had Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, princesses, fairies, Pixar, you name it, they had it, I promise. It was this massive book, and so they had all these little characters cut out, and you got to color them. And after you colored them, you got to either turn them into a magnet, a keychain, or a button. I couldn't decide, so I did all three, because why not? So I decided to color one with Winnie the Pooh, one with Dumbo, and then they actually had a cast member name tag one. So I, of course, had to write Here with the Ears on it because that's our logo. And so I got a magnet, a button, and a keychain, which was a lot of fun. It was really cool how they made it too. They had this little machine that kind of like pressed it down, and then you all of a sudden had this little keepsake you could take home. And I loved it so much because while it isn't a free activity, it's honestly as close as you can get at this point. And for $1 to have a little keepsake you can take home, you can't find that at Disney World anywhere else.
That's very true.
These are Disney characters, and it's something that you get to create and make your own. It was a lot of fun. I ended up being the first one there. I just happened to be there right before they started it. And after I left, there were just tons of people making them. It was so much fun. The cast members told me they had actually just gotten this in a few days ago, and it had gone over really well. I was like, good, because I think it's gone over really well. I'm so excited. So I got to take these back to Robert. He had no idea where I'd been this whole time. And I come back with these little trinkets. I'm like, look what I made.
Yeah, I'm sitting there working and I'm like, man, she's been gone a while. Maybe she got lost. Maybe she wandered over to All Star Sports or All Star Movies. I don't know. But I'm in the middle of a call, so I can't really worry about that right now. And then she comes over and like, I got stuff. And shows me what she made. And they're pretty cute. I didn't go back and make my own because, again, there was a huge line. Didn't think that was necessary. And right about 4 o'clock, they did text us and say our room was ready. So we started hiking all the way back to the Broadway building. I will say, the building they had us in at first before we asked again to be transferred to the Broadway rooms was a lot closer to the front. So I mean, we did sacrifice some extra walking there, but that's okay because the buildings are beautiful there. So we headed back to the room, which was in the very, very back, right by the back edge of the property there. And it was super quiet, super peaceful back there, which we really appreciated. We went into the room, took some pictures, did some 360 pictures, and also did our room tour live on Facebook. This is the room here, just like pretty much all the other All-Star rooms. You have your standard Mickey table with the little Mickey heads in it. And then you also have two full-size or double beds, whatever you want to call them, full-size beds here that are in these rooms. And just like All-Star Sports, The only king beds they have here at All Star Music are in the preferred rooms, which is the jazz buildings and the calypso buildings. And those king rooms are all accessible as well, just like over at All Star Sports. They've kind of standardized that across the All Stars now. And if you'd like to watch that entire room tour, it is linked down in the description below and up in the corner there.
Once we were finished with the video, we unloaded all of our suitcases into our room, and then I got ready because I wanted to take some pictures with one of the other billboards in the Broadway section there. This one was Mary Poppins, and I was very excited because we had actually just heard Ashley Brown, the original Mary Poppins on Broadway, sing at the Festival of the Arts, and she's the one on the billboard. So this was really awesome because I got to take a picture with this billboard in my Disney bound as Mary Poppins. And after we took those pictures, we did take the luggage cart back over to All Star Sports. You don't want to steal it. You want to take it back where it originally was supposed to go. On the way, we saw an amazing sunset right over the pool. It was a beautiful view. And so we kind of took the long way just because we're kind of walking while we're doing this. So we're multitasking, making it work for us. After we returned the luggage cart, we came back and reheated the leftovers Robert had from Whispering Canyon.
Yeah, I didn't eat much of the steak because I wound up eating a lot more of the skillet that we had there. There was so much food at the table. And since the steak is not an all-you-can-eat item, you can get a box to take that home. So I focused on the other food that I couldn't take home and ate that and took the steak home with me. So we both had plenty of food for us to share for dinner tonight. After that was over, Alyssa went back to the room and I went out for a little bit more of a walk because we're getting closer to that Star Wars half marathon weekend. I've got a lot of races during that weekend because I'm doing the 5K, the 10K, and the half marathon. Alyssa's doing the 5K with me. She's not doing the other things. Yeah, she's not doing the half marathon again. She did that with her princess. But I do want to try and kind of condition myself a little bit more. We've been walking a little less lately, so I'm trying to build back up to that because it's coming up in just a couple weeks. After walking for a while, I came back to the room as well, and Alyssa was working on a project when I got there. She was downloading all of our old Facebook Live videos so that we could upload them to YouTube, because right now we've just been doing everything on Facebook as live videos, all of our room tours and everything else. And we realized that it'd probably be good to have things on YouTube because we could link to them instead of just saying, hey, go to Facebook and scroll back forever until you find it. Well, as we're downloading them, it took a long time because the Wi-Fi isn't the greatest to download it, and then it takes time to upload it as well. So it was quite a process that she was going through there. And I got back and I got my computer out and started helping her by running mine at the same time she was running hers, trying to get all of them downloaded. This was our first time uploading anything to YouTube besides one video of Slinky Dog Dash that we had from when Toy Story Land first opened, and our little promo video that we did. So we really didn't know anything about YouTube. We had just started uploading these videos without any titles or anything like that, just kind of sticking them up there like, all right, here's our videos, and that's it. They're on YouTube now. That's all we need to do. We had no clue what we were doing, and we did not really think we needed to work on YouTube necessarily because we were doing so much on Facebook and Instagram. Do we really need to add one more platform that we're managing and trying to keep updated? So at this point, we're just throwing them up there for posterity and leaving it.
As you can see, that eventually changed over time, but we're still at the point where we're focusing on social media and not here on YouTube. Thankfully, we did eventually focus on YouTube because we're able to do these videos for you all. That was the end of our day today, so we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.